says Shara Simha or Orchot Tzadikim. He says that when a person serves the Kadosh Baruch Hu with joy, his soul is bound up with joy. They are revealed to him secrets and novelties. A person will be able to get hidushim and will be able to get secrets of the Torah because of his fear of Hashem and because of his being just, and understanding enters him. When you serve Hashem with joy, special parts of wisdom open up to you. As it says in King Solomon's Shir Shirim, Nafshi yasa'a bedobro, v'talozna chiliotai v'daber svatecha b'sharim. It says, my soul went out when we spoke, my thoughts will rejoice when your lips speak just things. So what does that mean? That means that since he was in a very low state that wasn't happy, so he lost a tremendous Ruach HaKodesh. So when we say Yaakov Avinu, right? He thought Yosef died, so he didn't have Ruach HaKodesh all those days, right? So you see, when a person is happy, he gets more wisdom, he gets more connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So David HaMelech also said, Barachi nafshi, bless Hashem my soul, because when my soul gets to the heights and perceives the secrets, it loves his Creator and adapts to his mitzvot, and according to how much he's close to Hashem through joy, that's how much his soul will be able to get, right? So therefore, a person has to try to get the Shekhinah as much as possible with joy. As the Gemara says, Shabbat, "En Shekhinah shora, ela mitoch simcha." Right? The Shekhinah only rests where there is joy. As all the prophets, they did not get prophecy whenever they wanted. They would have to go into a very, very high level of joy, ecstasy, in order to be able to achieve the prophecy. They used to get in Simchat Bet Hashayavai, they used to get it. They used to play music in order to get in a good mood, and then they would hear, they get the prophecy. What? Right, they had to get a certain meditation, and they would get through music, they would get to that level. He says the soul's beauty is what? The soul's beauty, meaning the radiance, you feel your soul glowing the most when it's having joy in fearing and serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore he says the person has to try as much as he can to get to that level. He says another benefit of the joy. He says, for example, the Gemara says in Sechet Brachot, where Eliyahu Navi was walking in the shuk, in the bazaar, and they asked him, who is Ben Olam Haba? Can you show us someone who's Ben Olam Haba? And he says, he pointed to two people. He said these two people are Bnei Olam Haba. Why? He says these people get Olam Haba. Why? Because whenever they're happy people, and whenever they saw somebody sad, they would go to him and make him happy. They would go and make him smile. They would go and make him laugh. Because of this, already they deserve Olam Haba, he said. They would cheer him up. So what do you see from here? You see that first of all, in order to make other people happy, you have to yourself be happy, right? Happy people make other people happy. Number two is that it's not enough that you're happy. You have to be concerned that other people should be happy, and when you do that, you open up everything for them. When people are down and upset, they want to do only bad things. They don't want to do good things. But when you make them happy, you change them and make them feel better about themselves. Now he has potential to do everything. So therefore, you gave him everything, basically, when you made the guy happy. So therefore, he says, did you notice that comedians, right here with the commentary over here says, the comedians make people laugh, but they don't make them happy. Right? Because why? Because comedians themselves, they're not always happy people, right? They can be suffering from anxiety, stress, depression. We see this famous actors who made everybody laugh and they committed suicide. How could it be? It's because you can't give something you don't have, right? So the only thing is they can do is laugh. They can only make you laugh, but they don't make you happy because they themselves are not happy. They know how to laugh. You can laugh fake also. You can laugh for 2 minutes and then you go back to how you were before. So the person says, no, it's one thing to laugh. It's another thing to be happy. As it says, same thing in Halacha. The Gemara Sechet Ta'anit, Sechet Shabbat says that the rabbis, before they started their lecture, how they started the lecture? With a milib dibdihota. They used to say a little bit of a joke. They used to say interesting things. They used to say nice, joyous things before they started class. That way everybody will be in a good mood, everybody will be able to have Shekhinah, and everybody will be able to understand the learning. Because if you come with a bad mood and with disgraceful words and feeling down, so there's no connection. People think that the Torah is like study material. You know, it's like, oh, you just read it, you'll understand it, you'll get it, you'll remember it, memorize it. The Torah is something spiritual. There's more ingredients for the recipe of how to become gadol b'Torah. And part of being gadol b'Torah is to learn properly, and to learn properly means with joy. And if you don't have joy, so you could be like Doeg. Look, we saw Doeg. He knew the Torah, in 1 second disappeared from him, because you have to have a vessel to keep it. And what makes you a vessel is to have joy. Okay. So therefore, a person should not let the bad news bother him. We spoke about that famous rabbi, Renacham Ish Gamzu. He said everything Gamzu Tovah. Because he said Gamzu Tovah, everything turned out for the best. And then also we read about that story about the guy who had a thorn in his foot. He missed the boat to go to the fair, and ended up being that boat sank, so all his merchandise would have went into the sea. And he blessed Hashem that he had a thorn in his foot and he couldn't go to the business trip. So a person has to realize that whenever HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he made us go through a situation that we didn't expect, it's all Tovah. As he says, "Oh Tov Simcha leSamech Hata Mekala." People who have to learn how to let themselves be happy, especially when it's the proper time to be happy. When you have Hatan Kala, Kol Simcha, Kol Hatan Kala, and you have to Zochel Chamisha Kolot. You get the voices that were at Har Sinai. You also get the 5 voices when you Mesamech Hatan Kala. Some people they come to Hatan Kala. What do they tell Hatan Kala? There's a parole. That's it. You're a ball and chain. Papal, that's it. You're in ball and chain now. No. Bye, see you. It was nice knowing you. Now you have responsibilities. Now you're not gonna enjoy life. When you were single, you were good. Now that's it. Good luck being married, right? They make them feel like they're saying jokes, but they every joke has its truth. They feel that a lot of people feel that being married is a bummer. It's a bummer. It's just responsibilities. What a headache. What I need this for, right? And the Torah is telling us, no, that's wrong. You're not supposed to think like that. That's selfish. A person really wants to grow, really wants to do mitzvah puravu, he should be encouraged. He should be told this is the best thing for him. Yeah, it's okay, it has difficulties. Everything in life has difficulties. Work has difficulties. Managing your day-to-day schedule has difficulties. Everything has difficulties. Marriage is one of those things that has beauty and has difficulties too, and it's fine. We grow from it. And people should be encouraged. People should be told you're doing the right thing. Timujik, yes, you're amazing. You got married very young. That's fine. You're mature. You could handle it. We bless you. We think you're gonna have a lot of bracha in your house. We encourage them to make them happy and make them feel they did the right thing.
Did they good learn from the fact that he's married and then not? So it hurts them a little bit. That
also could be, or maybe they saw their parents' marriage, or they themselves in their own marriage don't have it good, so they think everybody else is gonna be the same. So they tell them like, listen, I'm very nice for you, but. Listen, I think you went down too early. I think that you're not ready for this, all this seriousness and responsibility. And they shouldn't be talking to them like that. They should be uplifting them and make them realize. Now, obviously, you should get married at the right time. But I'm saying, if a person got married at the right time, he should be encouraged that he's getting married. It shouldn't be something that's a bummer. And he says, however, a person has to be careful. Even by the levaya, they say the men and women have to be separate. How much more so when there's a simcha? The men and women have to be separate, and you have to have modesty. You have to be careful not to let too loose. The person has to be sameach on this Shabbat, Yamim Tovim, Purim. Some people, they're so serious always. Even on Shabbat, they're serious. Even on Purim, they're serious. You come, it's a time to dance. It's during the week, okay, fine, it's time to dance. Now it's Purim, now it's time to enjoy music and laugh and have a good time. Lighten up a little bit. I can't. He's so used to being in like a shell, locked up, so he doesn't. There's a time to dance and there's a time to cry. There's a time to be serious, there's a time to be happy. So the person has to make those days special. That's why also we have a wine. We have a wine. Baruch Hashem, the wine helps. And the drinking helps, but it has to do l'shem mitzvah. L'shem mitzvah. Okay, a person should rejoice upon seeing the joys of the wicked and the pleasures of the sinners. And he should say, look, this wicked person, he has so much good. Imagine that's what Hashem does to the person who does averot. Imagine how much more he's going to give to the people who do mitzvot. Right? That was the story with Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi had a relative who was not religious. So Rabbi Yossi was getting prosecuted for being a Jew, for being religious. So he came to him with a horse. And his uncle see him, that Rabbi Yossi was getting taken to get hanged. So the uncle came with a horse. He said, you see, I told you, you must stop. Look at me, I relinquished my Judaism. I'm not practicing anymore. Look what happened to you. He says, listen, if Hashem gave you a horse and and give you all this honor, and you're close to the government, you're a celebrity now, and you don't do mitzvot. Imagine what Hashem's going to give me after Mea Vesri. He says, what are you talking about? Look how much you're suffering. You're going to get hanged now. Everybody scorns you. Everybody looks down upon you. Nobody cares about you. He said, yeah, how much more? So imagine, this is what happens to people who do mitzvot. Imagine what's going to happen to you after 120. This is me now. What's going to happen to you after? He said, wow. He said, his words went in like an arrow in his heart. He went down and he made the shul on the spot. He broke him. He made him change his whole life on 180. But the point was that the person has to realize that if we see certain things in this world, imagine what's going to be for us in Olam Haba. A person has to make sure not to be happy when other people suffer. He has to always try to make other people happy, and the other person should have. And if he doesn't, you should feel his pain, share his burden. And also, even when you're happy, you have to be like Rabbi Zera. Rabbi Zera used to not he never fully smiled, never fully had a full joy. He used to somebody said something funny, he laughed, but he didn't make sure to laugh completely. Why? It's not the right time. We're still in Galut, we still didn't have the Geulah yet. Only then, when the Geulah comes, only then we'll be able to fully rejoice. Because even the Gemara says, right? The Gemara says there was one rabbi, he was sitting with another Jew, but this Jew was not so religious, and he was sitting, the Gemara says he was sitting in a pool of water, and rose petals everywhere, and he had his ladies attending to him. He had these ladies who, his devichki, who were taking care of him. And he told the Rabbi, Olam hazeh, what am I missing? I have everything I need, Rabbi. So he told him, yeah, you're missing one thing. He said, what is that? He says, the government's still on top of you. We're not living in our own land. You never know what could happen. He said, why would you say that? Right away, the Roman guards came in. They said, the Caesar is summoning you. Get out of the water. You have to go to court now. He has a problem with you. So he said, he realized what the rabbi said. It was 100% right. So even if we have our finances well and we have everything good, we still have not our land, a foreign land. We don't know what can happen tomorrow. So therefore, we should never forget that we don't have a full joy till the Shekhinah has a full joy. Baruch